y'all. But last night, Shohei Ohtani put on Major League Baseball history, becoming the first person to go for 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases. But he went 6 for 6, had 2 stolen bases, and had 3 home runs last night, putting on a show out there in Miami for the beautiful price of $3. I'm just guessing that's how much it costs at the Marlins Stadium. I'm pretty sure Mikey can correct me. You know what I'm saying?
Probably like $30 because it was the Dodgers.
Okay.
Just because it was the Dodgers. Just because it was the Dodgers. Primetime ticket, premium seating.
Put some respect on my cheap seats.
Yeah, just a little bit, $30 a night. But he put on a show, and I believe that he is. I mean, I think both MVPs have been decided. I think AL's Aaron Judge, NL Shohei Ohtani. He's going to his first ever postseason, which I'm very excited to see him in the playoffs because when niggas lead the Angels, it's like your homie getting out of jail. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like he can actually go out there and do things for his kids. That's how I feel about Shohei going to playoffs. Them niggas probably gonna be home.
So Mike Trout is that nigga who just want to stay in jail.
Yeah, exactly. Mike Trout is like your homie who married to a terrible woman, and you like, nigga, you can get hella other bitches, bro. Like, just leave her.
Hey, can I ask a baseball question? Put us all up on that because I want everybody to see me ask a baseball question because this will never happen again probably. So I've seen a lot of people on television say that this was probably one of the greatest games ever played in baseball history. It's a lot of years in baseball, so for y'all, the baseball lovers, was yesterday the best baseball game ever played?
Game, no, because they're like, if we're talking first inning to ninth inning, 27 outs, no, because the fucking score was 20-4. Offensive performance by one singular player, yes, that's in a single game, that's probably the best I ever seen. Now, we do got to do the caveat, like, I'm a big Ohtani fan. That last home run was fucking ridiculous, but it was also off a position player. Like, let's be real. But that was one of the craziest games. Like, you couldn't be any perfect. Like, my man hit me like, yo, why you ain't take Ohtani for 15 plus bases? Like, I'm like, bro, that shit you can't even make
sound
that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even. So, offensively, yes.
Because that's insane,
Yeah. And just when you think of somebody hitting 3 home runs, that's, like, that you normally will get 3 to 4 at-bats a game. When you say, wait, he had 3 home runs and also 2 stolen bases, it's like, what the fuck were they doing? So offensively, that is the best game that I've seen by one singular person. But it wasn't the best baseball game.
Okay. Yeah, it's far from the best baseball game, but it's definitely, if not the best individual performance, one of. I don't remember if there was any. I watched a lot of Barry Bonds. I don't know if there's any Barry Bonds performance, but I did see something. Somebody said, I'm just not even trolling, but was Barry Bonds better than this? I'm like, yes. And that just kind of showed you just how crazy both performances were. But yeah, it was throwing a position player, but we not. That's gonna be a Jeopardy question. Niggas just gonna be like, oh, that nigga do 3 home runs. But I just thought it was just fun to see. And I personally say how many Angels games I saw. I didn't know that nigga was that good at stealing bases like that until this shit. So that was the more remarkable part.
Well, it's
easier now.
It's been really good for his stamina that he also hasn't had to pitch, right? Like, he's only focusing on hitting. And when that's just one tool in your arsenal and you're allowed to focus on that one specific aspect of your game, that has to do wonders for your ability to hone in on that craft. So, I mean, I understand the man's is locked in right now. It's too bad that the Dodgers still won't win the World Series this year. But,
Yeah, no, I'm about to say, bro, I was live in Colorado when my nigga Kike Hernandez hit 3 home runs, so I ain't trying to hear that shit. And like that game, I
did watch JD Martinez hit 4 homers when he was with the Diamondbacks in LA. I remember that and Scooter Gennett. Remember when Scooter Gennett had like a 4-homer game?
What a fucking name, Scooter.
That's a real baseball name, Scooter Gennett.
Marco Scooter.
I know that was an elite pull.
But I think the thing is, like, just kind of like, he wasn't one away on the bases or on the stolen bases or the home runs going into the game. Like, he needed 2 and 2 of each. So, like, and if you were really paying attention to it, he just started to really fucking turn it up over like the last 2 weeks, stealing bases, because it was kind of like, yeah, like I'm close, like yeah, I could do this, and then it was like somebody, it was, you know, it's the meme of him sitting in the chair, and he was just kind of like this, and all of a sudden he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna turn it up, because he really just out of nowhere started like going fucking crazy, stealing like 2 bases every game. It was like, y'all want me to do this? I could do this. So I think it was just the overall moment too. And shout out, you know, like, you know, it wasn't at home, it wasn't versus the Dodgers, it was in front of the corporate seats. Shout out to that just happening on an afternoon game, a 5:40 game in Miami, where you know, I'm sure some dads out there, you know, being able to, you know, take their kids to go see Ohtani and it not being super expensive like that. That's a memory. So
no, you know what's cool to me, bro? I saw this one. I don't know if you saw like the slow motion version of the record breaking home run, but right when he came up, like I think it was like the pitch before he hit it, this mother, she grabbed like her son, holding him up right at. I'm like, that's the moment that kid's gonna remember for the rest of his life.
And one last point on this before we move on, like for me, is just shout out to Skip Shoemaker for not being a bitch. And if you look at the footage, he was in the dugout and he said, nah, fuck that. I got too much respect for this guy to go ahead and pull that bullshit. And what he was referring to was like to give him the stick the 4 up and give him the intentional pass and to walk him. So shout out to him for going ahead and acknowledging that moment in baseball history. For him, you know, obviously being a former player and knowing like this shit is fucking tough, and you know, and giving the fans what they want to see.
Triple double hat trick, I know the code too. Ice trade, go for trade, yeah we cold too. Getting paper on these player haters, old news. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not